I'd like to share one of my favorite stories with you. It's a true story. Those are the best kind. There was once this renowned Jewish scholar and mystic in Israel. This was about 40 or 50 years ago. And he studied all the esoteric teachings and the Kabbalah, and he taught these to students and scholars from all religions from all over the world who would come to study with him in Israel, in Tel Aviv. And then one day that his friends noticed that he was getting on, he was approaching 90 years old, and they realized that he was not going to be with them for very much longer. And so in order to capture as much of his wisdom as they possibly could, they decided to hold one last large symposium in which they would invite every student or scholar from all traditions from around the world to come and listen to this great teacher, so that everyone would have a final chance to absorb as much wisdom as they could from this great teacher. So they rented a facility, and pretty soon there was so much interest that they had to rent a larger venue, and then a larger hall, and then a larger place. And eventually they ended up with a great arena, and over 10,000 people were there. They had cameras and press coverage. There were many, many speakers. Everyone wanted to be a part of this great event. And then finally, the big main appearance came. The rabbi was going to speak. So the stage was empty, this very huge stage, and there in the very corner was this short, slight man, the rabbi, and he was wearing long, white, flowing robes. And then very slowly the rabbi began to move, and he began to twirl and spin across the stage. And then he got faster and faster and began to swirl and spin in larger and larger circles and in large spirals all over the stage. And his long flowing robes would follow him as he made these great swooping circles and spirals across the stage. And the rabbi continued dancing and spiraling for over 20 minutes. And then finally he came to rest in front of the microphone at center stage and looked out at the audience and said, "I trust I've answered all your questions." And with that, he turned and spiraled off the stage. Those were the last words that that rabbi ever spoke. He passed on a few days later. Thank you.